Get a cup, get a cup, get a cup. Hello, hello. Welcome back everyone to another video of Fresh Cut Slim, and today we're looking at the weirdness of Tubi movies. Now, I used to watch Tubi a lot. I have since, recently within the last couple of months, subscribed to Disney Plus, which is the first thing really I've actually subscribed to in terms of a streaming service. Normally I was just watching Tubi, but I never actually watched the actual Tubi movies that Tubi makes. I just feel like they're going to be kind of cringe, but we're going to find out. So with that being said, this is by Degenerosity. The original link's in the description. Without any further ado, let's begin. Is that real? I mean, obviously it's not real, but is that like an actual edit? That looks horrible. Bam!
Movies. A magnificent visual art form that can show the riveting story of one's life or journey. They can display the harshness of someone's struggles and the beauty of someone's rise, conveying emotions that whenever I see them on screen, I can't help but feel the same way the character is feeling on screen. Not only that, they can introduce you to a new world that is entirely detached from our reality.
That's why everyone loves movies. It distracts you from the reality of real life, you know?
I'm almost always engulfed in. I think that's a beautiful wonder about movies. They can spark out emotions from me that I just can't get from any other media. But what kind of deep emotions does movies like this spark for me? Of course, just like with everything else in existence, there's a not so good counterpart to movies. And these counterparts could be found way easier nowadays since most blockbusters nowadays aren't really that good anymore. Like, y'all making so many superhero movies nowadays. When are you guys gonna make the Black Bomber superhero movie? I need that. I'll see that in theaters 3 times in a row.
The Black what? Is that an actual thing?
Y'all show my boy no respect, and yet y'all gonna produce the 18th billionth Fast and Furious movie. Ain't nobody wanna
Family.
see that? And streaming services be producing half the slop we be consuming nowadays. You can find many of them on Netflix. There's a ton of banger movies on there. But after seeing it on TikTok from time and time again, it seems like there's a streaming service that is a gold mine for not only B movies, but low quality looking, $50 budget, filmed on a Motorola looking ass movies.
Yeah, Tubi. You know, Netflix puts so much money into their movies where they almost have budgets bigger than actual movies that you'd see in theater. And that's why Netflix, Netflix created content is normally pretty good. It's because they throw so much money at it and see whatever sticks. But with Tubi, it's free, so they rely on ads. So they probably don't throw that much money at whatever they end up making. That's why I've never watched anything they've made, because I know it's going to be a waste of my time. But there's a reason why their videos probably don't have the quality as Netflix ones do.
Tubi. And when finding this out, my curiosity got the best of me. I needed to see this. And when I checked it out, I was not only amazed, but I was perplexed on how amazing these movies are. Some of these movies
Really? Have I been missing out then?
will make Martin Scorsese reconsider what true cinema is.
And this bitch is sitting on my living room couch. You the only one with a key.
What are you talking about?
Tiffany the doll.
Boy, I don't even know what you're talking about. I haven't been there in a week.
Where the fuck did she go?
Tubi, if you
She just disappears. I was hallucinating the whole time? What the frig?
ain't know, is a streaming service like the others, but unlike them, out of their original catalog, they have great works of arts like Bad Cat, Mary Finger Kill, and Shark Side of the Moon. Absolute classics that everybody knows. But outside the originals they produce, Tubi also has a big catalog of B movies. Not the jazz one, but low budget and indie movies.
That's true as well. When I was watching Tubi, before I watched any horror, or any movie actually, I had to look up the reviews on it to make sure that it was good. Because there were so many of these B movies and worse that are just so bad. I would hate myself after watching it because it's like I just wasted 2.5 hours on this garbage. So I've learned to always look up the reviews on movies before watching them, so that no longer happens. But Tubi was so full of, even because I never watched any of their own productions, but they also had a whole lot of these indie, not so good movies, and those were like landmines trying to avoid.
It has a whole bunch of films made by everyday people like you and me, since anybody can make a movie nowadays. If you got a camera, you can make a movie. The thing is, a lot of these films don't look the best, or sound the best, or even make sense half the time, but that's okay. These people made and created a movie that they're so proud of that they released it to the public for all of us to watch. There's no better accomplishment than that. I'll be talking about one movie today, and that movie is titled Love Beat the Hell Out of Me. And today,
that is a crazy title, dude. That's like some kind of domestic. What the frig?
I'll be going through and over these movies, just so you guys can see a glimpse of what I saw of what Tubi has to offer. By the way, this ain't sponsored by Tubi. They ain't paying me jack to do this. But
if they did, it might only be like $50 or something. You know, I don't think they have the most to throw around.
If a Tubi exec is watching this, my pockets are open. Just like how my pockets are open for today's sponsor, War Thunder. War Thunder is the... Use my link in the description and download it now. All right, let's get this started. I gotta go to my BBL appointment later. So the movie I'll be talking about is Love Beat the Hell Out of Me. Now, I'm not sure this movie is trying to be a sequel or a remake to the 2000 movie with the same title starring the original War Machine, but honestly...
Wait, what?
My research ended there. I ain't watching both movies. The movie starts off with the beautifully done studio logos and title card with some MF Doom song playing in the background. I don't know, I've only heard them from TikTok. And right at the start, we get introduced to our two main characters doing it. Okay, why start off a movie with a sex scene? Why? You instantly make it awkward when I'm with my family. Anyways, our two...
Exactly, facts. I don't want to see these inappropriate scenes when other people are around. Are you kidding me? Yeah, it's hard to hide my hand down my pants.
Characters Renee and Antonio are happily married, they got a kid, and they're doing fine, I guess. Then we cut to Antonio's job at his office, and he already acting like a demon. His boss then enters and introduces him to the new hire, Rhonda, and you can already see mad romantical tension between them. You can cut it with a sword or tortilla. It was that obvious. Next scene, we are at a school with Renee dropping off her son too. And
oh my gosh, it's so shaky. Get like a freaking gimbal or something. Also, this would probably look better if they filmed this on like an iPhone, honestly.
And in his classroom, there she meets her son's new teacher, and the dude is buff like a Samoan. By the end of their convo, you can see even more romantical tension in the air. We seen so much lustful tension with these two, and it was never with each other. She then leaves because she ain't trying to act up, you know. Next, we're at a studio, hearing one of the best songs ever recorded.
Sitting in my crib, trying to get blown. Niggas need to understand my shit just flows. Like the breeze off the fucking lake. I got this dope shit uncut, make your ass lose.
So this dude is Renee's brother, and apparently this is
Fire.
Antonio's studio.
Bars.
And they're all a part of this music group. I forgot what it's called. And Antonio invited some fine singers to help him record a song. Renee's brother and Antonio start hollering at the...
This is definitely not the type of movie I would watch. Like this, what is this plot? This is some kind of weird drama thing? Because I would not want to watch this.
These girls, and all of a sudden, this dude becomes a comedian.
No, he didn't call himself T-Slicked. For real? This candy man looking goofy.
Yeah, say my name 3 times, motherfucking watch for that.
Yeah, how dare you sabotage me in front of these ladies when you're sitting...
How dare you cock block me? Why did they should have done some kind of like film grading on this, or color grading, where they just tweak it a little bit. Like, you'll notice most movies have a little bit of that done, where they make it not look like real life, and that makes it look better, because when they look like real life, it's just something, I feel like that kind of breaks the illusion of a movie, and I don't know exactly why.
Sister is literally my wife, but they kiss and make up at the end, so it's all cool. Then we teleport to this long salon scene where Renee works out, and all the girls there are roasting each other, talking about their kids and that new teacher Renee met today. Her salon buddies egg her, trying to get the deets out of her, but she shows off her wedding ring, announcing her loyalty to Antonio. How sweet. Alright, not gonna lie, first third of this movie is kinda slow. There's a lot of small talk, like Antonio telling Ray about the new hire, and one of Ray's grown-ass friends trying to flirt with a kid in the chicken shop.
See, you see what I mean? This just doesn't look professional, the way this is shot. It's not, the color grading's not good. So far, the plot sounds absolutely awful.
Hey, got an ID? You can go home with me, boo.
It ain't until we back at Antonio's office and Rhonda call him for some assistance. Antonio heads over to her office and then his boss is looking for him.
What? What just happened?
Boss and secretary go to Rhonda's office to tell Antonio the good news, only to walk in on him giving Rhonda back shot.
Are you freaking kidding me?
They
I feel like she said that before she even, like, opened the door. Let me go back.
Rhonda back shot.
Give your meat a good old rub.
They fired on the spot and Rhonda's
Someone else was firing on the spot, too.
laughing like she an anime villain. I don't know what the hell that's about. We then cut to Renee Bro showing up to that house.
This reminds me of a movie that I watched. It was rated relatively high, so I assume those were bot ratings. And I don't remember the name of the movie either, but the whole thing was shot so bad, where every single shot that was taken was like, almost like how you see the camera, how you see me right now, where everything's at like waist level to here. And that was it. There was no other scenes, like, you know, when you move from one place to another, you're supposed to do like a, it's like a shot that kind of shows where the location is, and establishing shot. There's different names of shots, and they never did anything else. There was mostly, the whole thing was like this. I quit watching after like, I think it was like 20 or 30 minutes. Like, it was just so bad. So bad. And this reminds me of it, where it's just people who don't know what they're doing making a movie.
And he trying to tell her the bad news about her husband, Antonio. I have no idea how he knows, but like, just deal with it. But then he does one of those long build-up explanations. Instead of just saying what the husband did, just say he cheated.
Your husband ain't the man you think he is.
Then Antonio walks in last second, right before
I hate in movies when they do that, where they just drag it on and don't just get it over with. I feel like it's, like, how realistic is that? Just friggin' say it.
Actual explanation, of course. I hate when characters do that in movies. Just spit it out. Spit it out already. Then we cut to Renee visiting Antonio's old job because she just wanted to see her husband, being a working and strong man. Only to find out this man hasn't been working there for 2 weeks. She obviously mad, but then the boss tells her the real reason why he got fired. Then she gets even more mad.
What? You Miss Chambers. Renee. You, the job of everybody that work up in here. Your nosy ass secretary. Renee.
We then cut
Was that the secretary listening in? And as soon as she gets caught, she starts like trying to adjust a painting. Is that what that was?
to Antonio making music with that singer he met earlier. Then they start I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. My guy really said, I already cheated once, I might as well do it again. Then Renee finally confronts him about his cheating, his job, and she is tired of his dishonesty.
Yo, look at this back. Look at this wood paneling at the back. This is something from like the 80s or the 1970s. That's crazy. This is stuff my grandmother had in her house.
You need to calm down. Stop telling me to calm down.
Who the fuck you think you talking?
Yo, that's crazy. What is this movie?
This man just starts going Chris Brown on her and starts chasing her with a gun like he John Wick in the most intense chase scene I've ever seen in a movie.
Where the frig do they live? You bought this kind of a house on a, what is she? Is she a hairdresser? Which one? What does she do? And then he doesn't do anything. How the frig do you afford this place?
She falls and he brings her back home and threatens her, saying, "You better not leave me, or I'm gonna go crazy." And he's also a crackhead now, I guess. Next scene, her brother
Might as well be. Don't have a job. Friggin' start doing that. What's next? Gotta start selling your appliances to afford it, I guess.
show up and sees her face. Super worried, he asked, "Who did this?" And she's like, "Antonio, but we're not together no more, so there's nothing to worry about." But he wasn't having it, and he was gonna deal with it on his own. Bro waits for Antonio to pull up out of his car to drive by his ass.
Hey, Antonio, you been beating on my sister?
Wait a minute. So, wait, this is where Antonio lives? Then where the frig... Where were they on that last scene? Whose house was that? Oh, dang!
And in Antonio's dying breath, he licks his lips and then dies again. Can't be seen having chapped lips around a hose. Then we cut to his funeral, which is...
My last words.
Is mad empty. Not even his son showed up. Nobody liked this nigga, I guess. And Renee crying like he ain't just beat her ass 5 minutes ago. What did I do? Renee then goes to see Antonio's mother. When after seeing Renee's scars, she said she always feared this would happen to her. Turns out Tony's father was also a cheater and a beater. And Antonio got his bad habits from his daddy. She begs for Renee to leave Antonio.
Yeah, I'm a beater as well, but I beat something different, you know?
I'm over here stroking my...
But Renee says she can't leave him because he threatened her. But he was just at his funeral. He dead now. What are you gonna do? Slap you from the grave? Like, that's just ridiculous. Tony's mom then recommends her to at least leave the house while he's still there. And then she proceeds to think about her son's teacher that she spoke to for like 30 seconds. I didn't know you guys had that kind of relationship already. Anyways, we go to the next scene at night to the singer girl appearing to be catcalled by some random homeless dude. Only for him to be Antonio? I thought this man was dead. What the hell he doing back? First time I saw this scene, I thought it was...
How did he live? What? Those freaking, the moist lips must have got him through it somehow.
It was a flashback or something. But nah, he's alive. He's alive. So what was that funeral about? Some Mr. Robot dream sequence or some shit? How is he not dead? I mean, from what I found out later on in the movie, he ain't from Wizards of Waverly Place. So how he came back to life? And the movie never explains this.
They don't explain it. What is he, like 50 Cent? You get shot like 8 times and somehow survives, or whatever the number is. It doesn't make any sense. Lips must be chapped. That's better.
He's just alive again and homeless now. My personal theory is that he has the same powers of Kenny from South Park, but that's just me. Anyways, he confronts the girl about her not answering his calls, but she ain't having it with his drug problems because he's a junkie now, I guess. He gets mad and is about to smack her, but then she pulls out the blicky on him.
Me go.
This whole thing is people pulling out blickies on each other, it seems like.
He slowly backs away from her and then notices someone he knows in the alleyway.
I know you. What does that mean? What? Is he gonna ask for like a tenner?
What do you want, man?
It's his dealer and he begging for more compound V, but he got no money. So he offers to do whatever she wants. They walk away together and we transition to a montage of Renee becoming a stronger woman who don't need no man. We then cut to her packing her bags to move out, and while packing, Renee's friend frantically comes in the room.
Renee, Capone called. We need to go get Antonio now. Get him for what? Like I said, we need to go get Antonio.
And she does one of those things where she don't explain why she has to do it. She just says, there's no time.
I hate when movies do that. It's literally going to take 10 seconds. There is lots of time. I find communication with people in movies drives me nuts because I feel like it's so unrealistic. I've been watching Lost, you know, the series Lost. I've been watching that. And so many of the problems that these individuals have would be sorted out if people actually just told the truth straight up and didn't beat around the bush. And even with other movies, I find that to be such the case, is that people just beat around the bush and it causes all this drama that never needs to happen in the first place.
Like, nah, you gotta explain why I need to save my abusive husband, cause I will never be in the mood for that. Renee eventually agrees to go, and as they looking around for him, they pull up to a trap house, and then her friend like, nah, let's just get out of here and call the police. This place ain't safe. But Renee's like, nah, he my husband. Nigga, you leaving him. Both of them go inside, and Renee's friend...
That guy's hairline's leaving him.
starts tripping for good reason, saying again, this ain't safe because there's literal junkies walking around, and why we doing all this for him? Then Renee says,
Look, I just need to know. I just need to know what he's been up to.
You know what? He had a crack house. That's an obvious sign to know what he's been up to. Renee's friend is spitting wisdom while Renee herself is spitting dumbassery. Anyways, they find Tony and he acting like his usual self ever since he died.
Antonio! Damn!
Who the fuck coming in my crib?
He start begging her to come back and Renee just staring at him for a little bit and she just says, let's get out of here. She's seen everything she needed to see. Then why the hell y'all here? What the hell you expect it to look like?
How are they not going to address how he's still alive? I don't understand that. That's such a huge thing in a movie to not address. Like, are you kidding me?
Him to be the kingpin of the house. They leave and then he chases them and then we transition to a murder scene and it turns out Tony's drug dealer died of an overdose and they suspect her boyfriend of doing it. Now they haven't even identified her body yet, so I don't know how they know she has a boyfriend. One of the cops walks out.
Well, I mean, the good news is there's a chance that she'll be back up and running around because apparently that doesn't need explanation.
Outside because he keeps complaining about the stink of the body.
Damn! Please get that dead body out of here.
He then sees a group of young African-American men hanging out minding their own business, and then the woman cop sees this and is like,
Man, I bet you $20 that's who sold the drugs to Tasha.
Yeah.
You know what? Hold it right there.
y'all just saw these random dudes and all.
How far was the mic away from the people talking? You could barely hear that. The mic was like back at the camera. It should have been like over them or something. You couldn't even hear them talking.
Automatically assume they did it. You didn't even question them or yourself. You just went after them without no evidence. Like, damn. This movie's more realistic than I thought. But this one knows karate, so movie logic, I guess he did it. And that's the last we hear or see anything related to that, so what was the point? We cut to Antonio walking to Renee's house, begging some more, but Renee is really
Bro wearing clown feet? What was that?
done with him this time. He tries to beat her ass again, but she's a strong, independent woman now, so the self-defense training came in clutch. She then tells him she going to church, so if he coming, he can come. He says, yes, I'll go anywhere with you, and enters the car with her, which...
Why would you do that? You know this person's abusive. He's clearly not trying to get better, you know, from his addiction. Oh my gosh, what is this movie? The logic just doesn't make sense.
I don't know how she comfortable with this man being in her car after he literally just tried to knock her out like he was Tyson. They enter the car together, and that's it. That's the end of the movie. That's it.
Are you kidding me? That's the end of the movie? Whoever wrote this, I feel like, must have taken some Adderall or something and then just kind of forgot the plot halfway through. And then they're like, you know, this is good enough. Send it to production, boys.
That's it. Yep. But it has one of those, though I'm hopeful, yes I am hopeful.
Oh yeah, where they kind of give a summary.
So that automatically makes this one of the best movies I've ever watched. Now, what are my thoughts on this movie? I thought it was pretty gosh darn entertaining. Sure, it had its mishaps like having a slow first 20 minutes, but overall, I freaking loved it. And I'm never gonna judge the acting of these types of movies. I think that just comes with the Tubi package.
Yeah, if you want to make a movie, and it's been your lifelong dream, you know, don't let someone say you can't do it. Go do it. Just go with, but also go with the awareness that, you know, it may not be up to the quality that these massive production companies can make. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't do it, right? And at least add some, you can get DaVinci Resolve, it's free, and then you can add some color grading to it to make it look a little bit more like an actual movie, right? Like you can make it a little bit more professional with that. Also, literally just go Google how, you know, different shots, different camera shots for making movies, because that'll kind of give you an idea of what you should be doing, and then at least then it'll look a little bit better, and then get creative with it, right? You don't have to follow the standard. Get creative. Put cameras in weird positions where it's kind of like, oh, why would you do that? You know, get creative. If it's your goal and your life dream to make a movie, go and do it. Just make sure you do your research beforehand.
But the writing in these movies always takes a turn in a direction that I'll never predict by the time I'm at the end of the movie. Like, who the hell this guy robbed? But I love movies like this. They're fun to watch, and I bet the people who are making it had fun making it too. Now, I'm not gonna fuck around and say this movie's amazing or anything, up there with the likes of Citizen Kane and Date Movie. But if you're looking for something stupid, fun, and entertaining to watch, I recommend this. Because I think this movie encapsulates what Tubi movies are about. Ridiculous. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know I've been gone for God knows how long, but
Yeah, I like this video a lot. Also, this video is from 2 years ago. Degenerosity right now has been gone for a while. Like, I don't think Degenerosity has made a video in like 4 or 5 months or something. That's a crazy break, dude. Like, does Degenerosity have a job outside of YouTube? Because otherwise, like, why are you taking 4 to 5 months off? What are you doing in your everyday life? I don't get it. But anyway, I like this a lot, and yeah, a part of me wants to watch these kind of movies because they're just ridiculous, but at the same time, like, I only watch maybe an hour or two of TV a day, and the rest of the time I'm working on stuff, so I don't really have that much time that I want to throw down the drain. And with the time that I do want to spend, I want it to be on something that I'm going to really enjoy, so I'm so picky with what I do watch. But yeah, anyway, hope you guys like this. Go subscribe to Generosity. If you're new, subscribe as well. I rate this out of a 10. I don't know, 7.5, 8, whatever, maybe 7.8. With that being said, I'll see you guys next time.